Hey everybody, welcome to this week's Weekend Filler, our very special New Jersey craft beer takeover special. We're going all over the state and we're gonna get you some craft beer. As you know, Weekend Filler is made up of mini segments. Craft Corner has been one of our most popular, so we're gonna do a whole show just about the craft brew. First up, Jimmy Vaughan. He's gonna tell you how to make a craft beer in under 2 minutes.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Vaughan. I'm the Director of Brewing Operations here at the Cape May Brewery, and I'm gonna tell you all about how we make beer. Beer is 4 basic ingredients. You've got malt, hops, yeast, and water. That's it. Every beer you've had is pretty much made from those 4 ingredients. We start off with hot water and ground up malts, and we mix them together in a big porridge-like solution that we call the mash. The purpose of the mash is to extract the starch from the malt and convert it into simple sugars that the yeast can later on ferment into alcohol. Once we're done converting all the sugars, we drain off the liquid, which at this point we call wort, like basically through a giant sieve. We collect the wort into a kettle and we start to boil it. We boil it for about an hour, and while it's boiling, we add in the hops. And the hops give you 2 flavors. First of all, you get bitterness. All the bitterness in beer comes from the hops. The second flavor we get comes from the essential oils. And these are what we refer to when we say a beer is hoppy. Bitterness, hoppiness, they're 2 different things. After the hour-long boil, we transfer the wort into a whirlpool, which sort of separates any solid materials from the rest of the liquid, and then we chill it down and run it through into a fermenter where we add the yeast, and it ferments into beer. After that, we enter a conditioning phase. Just like wine or whiskey, you gotta let the beer condition to really let it come into its own. During this stage, we might also do what's known as dry hopping, and that's where we add even more hops into the already fermented beer to extract even more of those aromatic essential oils to give an even hoppier aroma. This is what an IPA is. This is how you make an IPA. Once we're done letting the hops sit on there for a couple of days, we crash the temperature of the beer way down to right around freezing temperature. That allows the yeast to settle out of the solution, after which we transfer it into a bright tank, we carbonate it up, and then either bottle it or keg it and send it out for your enjoyment. All in all, the process takes anywhere between 2 weeks to 4 weeks, depending on what kind of beer you're making. And that's it. Pretty simple. It's not easy, but it's pretty simple.
Craft beer is known for its crazy names and its crazy ingredients, so we wanted to find out what's pork roll porter all about. We went to Flying Fish for this segment, and we have so much more great footage on our website. Search Flying Fish.
Hi, my name is Barry Holston. I'm a brewery manager at Flying Fish Brewing Company. I'm here to talk about craft beers and the craft beer names and what goes into, from their name, what goes in actually into the beer. We're going to use an example of one of these names into a beer. It is our pork roll porter.
This is a beer that has generated a ton of buzz, I think, because when you put meat in a beer, that's exactly what happens.
For our pork roll porter at Flying Fish, we baked 50 pounds of Taylor ham or pork roll, whichever part of New Jersey you're from. Baked it in our oven to render off all the fat, so it became more like crispy pork roll. We put it in the last 20 minutes of the boil to achieve some flavor of pork in the product. It is actually a well-crafted craft beer with some pork roll flavor and aroma to it.
Where every time I have this, I have a preconceived notion in my head again that it's going to be this like weird meat beer, and then you get it and you're like, no, this is a great porter.
Nice smooth porter, nice finish to it, not a whole lot of pork roll taste. It's a nice clean porter.
And I think this beer has been a pleasant surprise to everybody. It's a really robust porter at its base. You get great smokiness out of the malt, you get great smokiness out of the meat, which is fantastic, but it's not overpowering.
Pork roll porters, probably my second one today. Still no pork roll in this pork roll porter.
Not a full frontal of pork, but there is it's reminiscent of meat.
What beer is right at the moment is the one that's in your hand.
Very good. It's very good.
Next up, Forgotten Boardwalk. You do not want to miss these guys on your Jersey beer tours. They have a seashore motif, skee ball, a lot of fun. Owner Jamie Quelly runs a tight ship in what she calls her frat house.
Hi, my name is Jamie Quelly, and this is Forgotten Boardwalk. I am the owner, CEO, and head juggler here. Constant joke is I got drunk one day and I decided to open a brewery, but I was a home brewer for approximately 10 years, and I decided to kind of take the jump and do something a little bit bigger and more professional. I learned really quick, though, that I was not very good at brewing in a 30-barrel system, so we hired David Bronstein from Sly Fox, and he came over and he started to lead the ship for us.
Working here at Forgotten Boardwalk has been just a dream come true. try and make something for everyone, something for me, and something for the consumer.
I am our lifeguard here. Because we're a tasting room in New Jersey, we're not allowed to have bars. Can't have bartenders without a bar, so we have lifeguards.
You know, the thing that really I love about Forgotten Boardwalk is its tales. So, like, that's the one thing when you come in here, I really want you to understand what it is that you're drinking, down to the flavor profile, and then I want you to learn a little bit of history. We aim to be raconteurs here, so we're gonna talk to you a whole bunch, whether you like it or not.
So, 1916 IPA. 1916 is the year that the great white shark attacks happened off the Jersey coast, that Peter Benchley refuses to admit that he based Jaws off of. We read through that story and we decided we needed a beer with a bite. Morrow Castle. If Titanic was a ship that couldn't sink, Morrow Castle was a ship that couldn't have its captain mysteriously poisoned and then be set ablaze on the beach itself off the coast of Asbury Park. We've read through that story. We're like, that is an incredibly dark story. This has to be a porter. They're making you take a deeper look at just the beer. It's not just hops, malt, water, yeast in the glass, but there's history there as well, too.
Actually, it's like picking your favorite child. So, like, I don't really know if I have a favorite beer. Funnel Cake is always near and dear to my heart just because it was one of the beers that we launched with, and I didn't really expect it to do what it did, and it kind of really got our name out there. You know, when I eat something really nice, I tend to go to what the Butler Saw. It's a little bit more delicate and balanced. If I'm having a really great something spicy like a spicy fish taco, I'll go to 1916. So it's really dependent on what I'm eating, but Funnel Cake has kind of captured my heart.
Funnel Cake is my favorite beer first thing in the morning.
Funnel Cake on nitro. You get a lot of the vanilla. It's smooth like a Guinness. I also come every first Friday of the month for their firkin.
Beer lovers of the world, I'm at Forgotten Boardwalk here in Cherry Hill. I'm having a special firkin.
I'm drinking the Morrow Castle. It is my favorite year-round tap beer that they have.
This is Elvis. I'm here at the Forgotten Boardwalk. I'm drinking the Pocket Trick. This happens to be my favorite beer.
Drinking Pocket Trick. It's my favorite seasonal that they put out. I love IPAs, and besides this, the 1916 Shore Shiver is probably my second favorite IPA. It's great, friendly family atmosphere. Bring your kids, you can bring your pets. It's like being at the boardwalk.
Forgotten Boardwalk to me is special just due to all of its stories and the nuances and how we kind of tell the tales between like what's happened at the Jersey Shore that you don't really remember. So I'm the only girl. It's really, it really is sometimes being like working with a whole bunch of brothers you never really wanted. But I think they respect me. Thanks for coming to Forgotten Boardwalk. I hope to see you soon.
Bye. Oh, they're already left.
I came all the way back from Florida to go check out Berlin Brewery.
Welcome back, Fillerinos. Berlin Brewing Company is a perfect double play of nostalgic, baseball, and delicious beer. These guys are my hometown brewery, so I've actually gone there many, many times since we shot this segment, and I love the Grey Earl. Tony, Joe, Rachel, thanks for everything.
Hi, I'm Joe Cruz, and this is the Berlin Brewing Company. The brewery was born, actually, we coached T-ball together.
It was something that I always, always wanted to,
There you go.
give me that. The opportunity presented itself, and I took it. I won a couple home brewing awards, and I knew people liked my beer, and I knew I was making good beer, and I knew I had the science and the art behind it to continue to do that.
Give me quality control on this side, and you make the beer, and our partnership should be seamless, which it has been. I did the baseball motif. It kind of segued from where we met. I mean, I played baseball. I had a career doing it. 1930s baseball-themed tap room. We're trying to hit that Prohibition era area. One of the things we really do pride ourselves on, I mean, and everybody that comes here will experience the same. It's a nice atmosphere, our family atmosphere. This is a brewery at the Friday night. I'm here with my father. Hey, Pop, what is it that you like best about our tap room that we have here in the brewery?
I like the whole baseball theme. Great people.
It's a pretty good family atmosphere. Everybody here, I think we consider family, not just customers. And you can see it in our atmosphere and the chemistry that we have going on.
And the nice thing about the tap room is we're kind of able to get direct marketing feedback. We have some very savvy craft beer drinkers in South Jersey.
We do.
Some of my favorite styles and some of the beers that we're known for, we do a pretty wide range of styles. The Grey Earl. So we add bergamot to it, which is the bitter oranges that are used to flavor Earl Grey tea. So it has a very kind of unique citrusy flavor without being a hoppy beer.
It's good beer. It's very mellow, very subtle.
Can I say number 3 on the TV? Humble bitch. All right, I gotcha. Probably our most unique style is Humble Bitch.
Favorite beers here are the Humble Bitch and the Nelson Hands Out. They're just different. The Humble Bitch, there's nothing like it.
Try to keep like the barrel Kolsch, that's Berlin Barrel.
I came all the way back from Florida to go check out Berlin Brewery. And number 2 is the best. Because when I was in Germany, I had Kolsch beer, and this is just like it.
Cullen's Mythical Irish Stout was my friend Paul Cullen challenged me to make a stout that he liked better than Guinness. And he's from Ireland. And I said, what do you think of the beer? He said, oh, it's mythical. I said, well,
there's your
I
name.
have a name for the beer. Thanks, Paul. I've been lucky so far. We haven't really had any.
He's in the Hall of Fame, if you're asking that question. He's a Hall of Famer. I'll give you a Hall of Fame shot.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'll give you a nod.
And to be able to take people and for them to embrace us, be open-minded and to try our beer and to really like it, I mean, that's awesome.
That's the best
really
part.
Cool.
Yeah.
Next up, we're heading to Burlington County with Spellbound Brewing Company. You can find them in stores, but you can also get 16 different beers in their tap room all the time. My favorite beer at Spellbound by far is their Palo Santo Porter. It is aged and it is delicious.
Spellbound Brewing came about, basically there was the 3 of us. We had entered some homebrew competitions, kind of got together, known Mike my entire life. Scott, we got together just as and became friends through homebrew competitions. Got together one Saturday without drinking and just sat down and wrote down a business plan. October 11th, 2014, not that we remember, was the first day that we opened the doors to the public. We all kind of share in the responsibilities. And then we have Matt and Kevin that are working out there as beer tenders.
Hi, I'm Matt from Spellbound. I'm the bartender here. We have 16 drafts on right now. 2 of them are Nitro. That's a recent update in the past week. My favorite, hands down, the Palo Santo Porter. Our Palo Santo Wood Age Porter that we won a silver medal in the Great American Beer Fest for.
What I'm currently drinking is the porter with coconut and Mayan cocoa. Adds a nice little chocolatiness with the Mayan cocoa. And the porter, the base of it is just always fantastic. The bartenders are comical at times, and the service is always wonderful.
We do have a lot of people that come in and they say, hey, you must be living the dream. But this is ultimately a business, and 90+% of it is just a business. But although we do have, a beer called Living the Dream. So it's Living the Dream, ? Exclamation points. Why do you only can 3 different beers? We have 3 cans that are printed. So we kept having people that would come in. So when are you going to can Cherry Triple? When are you going to can the Peach IPA? So when are you going to can Vice's Coffee Porter? What we did is we bought blank cans and we got a labeler, and now we have a whole series of cans that are tasting room only, and the name of the series is So when are you going to can ? There's some recipes that are tried and true from our homebrewing days. We basically jumped from that right into this behind you. But we also have a pilot system. It's a 20-gallon system, so that gives us a lot of flexibility in introducing new beers in the tasting room. We get to try it, see what the feedback is in the tasting room, and then if it does well, we scale it up. But ultimately, what we want to do is start to expand north a little bit and really stay in like the tri-state area initially. If it works out and it keeps going and people keep buying our beer, please, then we'll go from there. It's our Spellbound Century. So we're going into our 3rd year of it. All the proceeds that we get from it are donated to charity, and we keep it very local. Last year, all the proceeds that we were able to get they went to the Rancocas Valley Little League. Our tap room, the vibe for us, it's really pretty laid back. For the most part, we try to keep at least 16 beers on tap. Everything from IPAs and porters, a lot of the base beers, to things that are more extreme, like we have like a peppered bacon maple coffee porter, a peach citra pale ale, things like that. So every time you come into Spellbound, you're going to try something different.
Thanks for watching Weekend Filler!
We're the only brewery that creates a Jersey fresh beer. Our honey porter is made with honey from South Jersey.
Welcome back, Filler fans. Next up, we're heading down the shore for one of my favorite brewers of all time, Cape May Brewing Company. Cape May is a lot of fun. This year they actually announced that they were having drone delivery, and some people fell for it.
Hi, I'm Ryan, and I'm the president and co-founder of the Cape May Brewing Company. I got started about 5 years ago. When we began, it was just me, my father, and my friend from college, Chris. And really what we wanted to do is bring a beer culture to New Jersey where there was really not anything. Today, it's very, very different. We're one of the largest craft breweries in New Jersey. We sell to hundreds of bars and restaurants in 2 states. We have 42 employees. Cape May Brewery is really special for a lot of different reasons. Number one, we like to work with local ingredients wherever it's practical. We're the only brewery that creates a Jersey fresh beer. Our honey porter is made with honey from South Jersey. So we're working with a lot of really different interesting ingredients. There's a few different hop farms that we'll work with. And then all of our spent grain, right? It goes to farmers. So we're, as a whole, we're giving away 4 million pounds.
Cows, pigs, chickens, they love it.
One of our most popular is our Cape May IPA. And for those who don't know, IPA stands for India Pale Ale. And it's a very hoppy yet balanced beer. Another one of our most popular beers is our Devil's Reach. It's a Belgian golden ale. It's about 8.5%, but it drinks nothing like that, so you have to be really careful. And named after a little part of the harbor in Cape May. We focus a lot on making really quality beers, and this year we focused on making a really quality experience at the brewery. We recently engaged an artist to do an installation piece that is this self-guided tour, and it is like nothing I've ever seen. I've been to a tremendous amount of breweries. Beer is my business, and I travel a lot and visit a lot of different breweries. So we wanted to create a unique experience for those people who come in and see what beer brewing is all about. So once you do your tour, you come into the tasting room and you see what we're looking at right behind me. Our beer tenders are trained to be able to walk you through all these different flavor profiles. And it's wonderful. That's what's really interesting about beer, is that there's all these different flavor profiles and compounds that are available to make these interesting flavors. And then from there, we encourage everybody to try a flight and get your growler filled. So we've worked really hard over the past 5 years to make the best beer possible and the best experience possible in Cape May. So if you're down the shore this summer and want something different to do than being on the beach, come over to the Cape May Brewery.
The best part of shooting all these segments is, of course, the beer. Second best part, bloopers.
Okay, so we opened in April. Can we start over?
Yeah.
And once a month we do weekly. I know. Again? I don't think that was good.
Thanks for Berlin Brewery. That's right. What we're saying again. I need a beer.
How close you want this?
For children.
Thanks for visiting Forgotten Boardwalk. We'll see you sometime soon in the tap room.
Is that how you said it? You
Did I joined a frat house, I swear it.
I'll just juggle.
All right, you juggle.
So today we're pouring on the Battleship, New Jersey. It's a great atmosphere here overlooking the city of Philadelphia.
Thanks for sticking around. Our last spot features over 40 brewers from all over the state. Twice a year, our good friends at the Battleship, New Jersey has Beer Fest. Beer Fest in general, but this Beer Fest in particular, is a great way to sample beers from all over the state of New Jersey, North Jersey down to Cape May.
Hi, this is Jack Willard. We're aboard the Battleship, New Jersey for our annual New Jersey Guild Beer Festival. Guests can take a tour of the ship. We do the tours first, pretty obvious reasons. We got some great live music, 2 bands going on. We got food concessions. We do this every June. We do another beer festival in September, and they're really a fun event. It's a nice, different way of enjoying the Battleship. Jersey beer has certainly grown and become amazingly popular, and there's some delicious craft beer on board the ship today.
Hey, I'm
I'm from Devil's Creek Brewery in Collingswood, New Jersey, and we're here on the Battleship. We created the first ever Battleship beer called the Black Dragon. It's a rum kolsch aged with rum barrel chips, and we're pouring it here today.
Battleship started working with the New Jersey Beer Guild back in 2003.
Jason Carty, Executive Director of the New Jersey Brewers Association. We're here today on the Battleship New Jersey, the most decorated battleship in Navy history. So with over 72 breweries in the state of New Jersey, the New Jersey Brewers Association is a very diverse group of brewery owners, employees, head brewers.
My name is Mike from Lunacy Brewing Company. So today we're pouring on the Battleship New Jersey. It's a great atmosphere here overlooking the city of Philadelphia in the great state of New Jersey. Very laid back, very backyard feel.
So not only does this feature over 45 breweries, but we have a couple all-stars, if you will. We have Screamin' Hill Brewery from Cream Ridge in Monmouth County. They're New Jersey's only farm brewery. So it's a brewery exclusively on a farm, preserved farmland, and most of their ingredients are local sourced. We also have Backward Flag, which is a veteran and female-owned brewery. Over 45 breweries in the state, small and large, from as far as Warren County, New Jersey, down to Cape May County.
Jimmy Baum here again from the Cape May Brewery, hanging out with Weekend Filler at the Battleship Beer Fest. We're here pouring Summer Catch, Escape the Cape, and some of our top sales, some of our favorite beers right now. And the top sale is an amazing barrel-aged sour blonde ale that actually recently got a 98 out of 100 on beerconnoisseur.com.
New Jersey is making some great craft beer, and there's over 72 breweries in the state of New Jersey. I encourage everybody to visit every brewery in the state, and cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
From the Battleship New Jersey, thanks for watching Weekend Filler.
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 New Jersey Beers, roll! Love you guys. I watch the station all day.
So that's our Craft Corner special. Thanks for letting us fill some of your beer glasses. We'll be back next week with regular filler. We're going to visit lots more breweries in season 2, so please keep watching the filler, keep supporting your local breweries. I'm Tony Romeo, and until next week, please drink responsibly. Cheers. "40 brewers from all over the state of New Jersey. Once a year, it's twice a year, mother humper. Bloopers. All right.